Good morning. How's everybody doing? This is the 30th of June in 2024. 2024 is also, as we know, the year of divine reciprocity. My name is Jeff Obafemi Carr. I am here with you, ready to start the Infinity Fellowship, and today we are doing a fireside chat. So this is a great opportunity for us to talk to each other one to one. It's a great opportunity for us to impart some lessons, some life lessons that are around the space of joyful healing. As you know, this month has been about joyful healing, and we've reached the fifth and final Sunday. We are in the fireside chat format, and I'm so delighted that you have stopped by to hang out with us on this beautiful Sunday morning. So I want you to go and tag a friend. I want you to, in the chat box, begin to say hello. If you're on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button so that an algorithm can let people know that we are here and that we ain't playing today, that we're in a joyful space of celebration. As we do this, we gather our people together as we prepare for the Infinity Fellowship. I'm so grateful that you decided to be with us this morning. Get your friends, get your family, let everybody know that Infinity is here and we're ready to help you grow. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. See you in a minute. Let's do this. Good morning, Infinity. This is the call to service. This is the call to order. And I am excited that you have decided to join us today, wherever you are around the world. Thank you for saying hello in the chat. To my Infinite Life streamers, we're so grateful that you are with us today. To our new folks who are first timers, we get to say hello to you in just a minute, which is going to be awesome. For now, we like to start our service in a powerful way by simply getting us together to breathe. It is the opening of the way. It is the way that we center ourselves in spirit. And we're going to do that by asking you to sit a little taller in your chair today. If you're sitting down, if you're driving, as many of you who have road trips, you're coming back on Sunday morning often do, you listen to Infinity, just slow your breathing down a little bit, but stay conscious and mindful of everything that is going on around you. So as we are in this space today, I want to ring the chimes a little bit so that we can center ourselves in the space. So take a deep breath. Exhale. Take another deep breath and inhale and exhale at your own pace. Just like that. We're not going to overwork the breath. We're not going to try to overly control the breath. We're simply going to let it be. That is the beauty of being gifted with this thing called breathing. It's animating us. We know we're alive. We know we're conscious. So just allow it to come. Inhaling and exhaling. Feeling this joyful moment of meditation. And as we're talking about meditation, we recognize that in a spiritual sense, meditation is medication because it heals the soul. So I invite you to join me for just a brief few breaths, centering our energy, closing our eyes, holding still, holding space for the good, and just sitting in the right now. This is the opening of the way. Finding the space of good, being mindful of the sounds and the distractions that are surrounding us, being mindful to not try to tune them out, not try to shut them down, but as they come, whether they're the sound of a crying baby or the traffic outside or the HVAC kicking on, whatever it may be, we don't hold the judgment for it. We hear it, we feel it. We absorb it into our consciousness. And then we allow it to pass in the exhale. Bringing us back to the awareness that all is well. Oh, how good and blessed it is to sit in the moment of stillness, to simply embrace the goodness of being alive and conscious in this beautiful space today, in this beautiful fellowship called infinity, in this beautiful body called you and me, in this space of community, in this present space of good. Enjoying the sensation of the breath as we inhale and exhale. Simply allowing ourselves to be in the right now. We inhale the things we need. Pause gently and hold them in celebration and gratitude. Even as we exhale the things we no longer need. It is from this space of stillness and awareness that we give thanks. And we now turn our focus toward the God of our acceptance and understanding. In this space of fellowship, there may be a name that you subscribe to in your consciousness, in your ethnicity, in your culture, in your religion, in your spirit. There may not be a name. It just may be energy. Whatever that is, tune into the space of the divine. As we invite you into this space that is always accessible to you, we speak now into this magnetic field of spirit, prayer, and affirmation. Divine Source, we acknowledge you in gratitude right now. We acknowledge you as the living and loving spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation. And although you may be perceived by many, many different names, you are known by one energy, and that is the energy that we feel right now in our consciousness space. And so we speak to this energy in gratitude. And we are grateful that we are here now, that we are present now, that everyone around the world who is hearing the sound of my voice experiences and knows and remembers the peace that you give to us. The peace that is granted in the stillness. The medication of the meditation. The realization that we are one through you. And so from the many, many paths that we come from, we arrive at this destination that has a road sign above it. And the road sign says that we are at home. That we have arrived into the space of celebration on this beautiful Sunday morning that grants us access to what is always available to us, and that is your energy. It is what has animated us. It is what got us up this morning. It is what put us into bed last night. It is what started us on our journey. So we opened the way today with gratitude. And we speak thanksgiving and proclamation for the things that we are to manifest in this world. Thank you for the gifted who are on this broadcast. Thank you for those who are working to explore and know their gifts. Thank you for those who are working to expand and grow their relationships with themselves and with others and with you. We speak in proclamation that those who are absorbing the pain of others will find release, and that they will turn within for the healing. We speak that those who are dealing with bereavement may be covered right now. We send our energy in this moment, in this prayerful acknowledgement, in this pouring of energy into realignment for manifestation to the Moxie family in Nassau, Bahamas, in the transition of their elder, Captain Lissardo Moxie. And may his energy be remembered for his 75 years of service to his family, to his children, to his grandchildren. And may they circle the wagons as they did on yesterday to remind themselves that life is a gift, to the family of Sister Ernestine Fuller and all of the Fuller family, all of the Carr family that's attached, all to those who are adjacent down in Phoenix City, Alabama. Know that we are covering you in prayer, that you will be comforted in knowing that transition from this space means life in the space after. And as we acknowledge these families, we acknowledge each and every family that puts a prayer request in the chat box today. that sends us an email and says we need covering to make sure that we are manifesting. We are proclaiming that what is spoken, what is typed, what is shared is so. And it is so from a peaceful space of love and affirmation, because we have the power to speak these things into existence and to deal with the order that comes from the chaos as these things are being manifest. We speak peace today in this month that has been about joyful healing. We speak that we have a spirit of rehabilitation today, that we are absorbing new habits. We give thanks that it is good that we completed our first ever vacation spirit school in a powerful way, that young people were exposed to world religions and the law of attraction and how to navigate everything from school to family, and that adults were expanded in their consciousness. And we speak that this first ever occurrence continues to grow and to touch people all over the world. And we speak that today's service, that today's chat may be exactly what someone was looking for, as they are here for a purpose and a reason. We never forget these things. They are at the forefront of our consciousness, and we give thanks for them. And so we acknowledge the goodness and recognize that all is well as we inhale together. And as we exhale and let it go into the atmosphere, so it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe, and so it is. Oh, we treated ourselves in that moment to a moment of extended energy, and so now we are ready for our pouring of libations. Let us prepare for it thusly. So glad to have you with us today. Again, it is Sunday, the 30th of June in 2024. That is, of course, the year of divine reciprocity. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. I'm here in the Infinity Center, 641 West Nocturne Drive, having a good conversation with you today. So glad to welcome you into the space. And I invite you, in the pouring of libations, to go ahead and fill up that chat box. All right, let's fill up that chat box today, because pouring of libations is very important. Today we are pouring with water, of course. And as we pour with water, we recognize that that life force of water, that good energy that we know is all that we need. We need water to survive. The earth is 2/3 water. Your body is mostly water. So it represents the living. We pour into the earth that represents what happens to these physical earth suits when we no longer need them. We know that there is permanence there. We know that energy is never created or destroyed. It only changes form. And one of the things that I love to do is to practice this space of gratitude. So are you grateful today? Are you grateful for those who have come before? Are you grateful for this opportunity to show up and to be fully present today for the fellowship? Oh, I know so. I know so. So when we open the portal to the awareness of the divine, no matter what you call that energy, even if you call that energy the scientific nature of the universe, it's all good at Infinity Fellowship. We also pause next to acknowledge those cosmic forces that are manifest in the energies of those who have transitioned before. You might call them Egun. You may call them Sheps or Shepsut. You may call them angels. You may call them ancestors, whatever you call them. We hope that somebody's going to call our name, because the calling of our names when we transition mean that we put something good in the universe, right? All right. So listen, as you're typing those names into the chat box, everybody just give me one name. Somebody that you know from your family. Even if you don't know their full name and you might have to say Paw Paw, I want you to just type them in. If you're unable to type, right now, or if you just want to remember, some people like to gather their family around during libations and say, we're going to call together or call out together some names of relatives who have passed on. And then after Sunday service, after Reb Jeff is through, I'm going to tell you who those people are. And that's how we build legacy. And that's how we remember. So in this space right now, we pour for those who have gone before, asking that you invite your people into this space and this vibration today by remembering them with us. We pour and we say, cool water, freshen our spirits. Ashe. Y'all say that. Ashe? Can I hear you? All right. I felt that vibration. Ashe. Freshen our collective ancestors all together. Ashe. Freshen this space for spiritual work. Ashe. We give power and praise and respect to Almighty Mother, Father God, Divine Source, and all creation. Ashe. Grant to us peace and prosperity. Ashe. We give praise to the four directions and the cardinal directions, the north, where we find a sense of direction, where we commit today to be a yes. Don't come in with a no spirit. No spirit attracts no spirit energy. Be a yes and see what happens. Ashe. To the energies of the south, recognizing that when we root ourselves in who we are, we embrace whose we are as well. Ashe. To the east, the rising sun. Got all this sunlight in here today. Guess what? That means that this is a new day. Don't carry from yesterday into the right now what you no longer need. Ashe. To the energies of the west, knowing that even as the sun goes down, the moon and the stars come up to provide us light in the darkness. There's always light in the darkness. Ashe. And of course, those four cardinal directions give way to three other directions, completing seven. The sky above us, being the space of our landscape of dreams, where we can see what we need to manifest when we allow our minds to wonder as we wander. Ashe. The ground below us, the direction of below, where we root ourselves. Root yourself in your culture. Root yourself in your dreams and your purpose, because recognizing that rooting is a superpower gives you the peace that passes all understanding, in knowing that when the storm comes, you may bend, but it is better to bend than it is to break. Ashe. And finally, that seventh direction that pulls all of those directions together at what we call Grand Central Station, and that is the heart space, the Anjali, the heart chakra, that energy that puts your will and your dreams into focus, that wonderful green light love. We want your heart to be as light as a feather. Ashe. And so in this space, we ask that you begin to call out the names of those ancestors that you want to remember today. And as you call out those names, we're going to continue to pour some water. I'm going to pour some water for Sister Ernestine Fuller. Ashe. I'm going to pour a little water for Captain Lissardo Edberth Moxie. Ashe. I'm going to pour some water for Queen Mothers of Nashville that we all remember. Queen Mother Catherine Hayes Carr, Queen Mother Zuli Ursery, Queen Mother Dorothy Smith, Queen Mother Melba Sewell, Queen Mother Bernice Brunson, of course my father Haywood H. Carr, all of the Carr family, the Hayes family, all of those who are attached in the Bartlett space, all of those who I want to remember. Do the same. Call those names right now. Yes, hear them, let's feel them, let's see them in the chat. Yes, it's a beautiful time. Okay. And for the children in the world, womb, and yet unborn, we say together, y'all know how we do it. Ashe, 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 oh. So it is done, and it is spoken, and so it is. As we get to this space now, we want to make sure that we let you know why we are here. And part of why we are here is defined in what we call our statement of infinitude. And our statement of infinitude will tell you everything that we need to know about the Infinity Fellowship. We're so glad you're here. Our statement of infinitude reminds us that we don't tell you what to call or how to define the God of your own personal acceptance and understanding. That's an intensely personal and beautiful relationship. Here at Infinity, we affirm your unique connection. So whatever you call that God energy, divine source, interchangeably here with the universe, what you see around you when you come to Infinity or when you look in this chat box is living proof that you were made in the image and likeness of God. It's a beautiful space of diversity. It's a beautiful space of love. It's a beautiful space of growth. So as we get together to speak our core agreements, I get the privilege of reminding you of why we are here. And one of the ways that we bring all of these paths together is something that we call SNAP. If you're brand new, just snap your fingers. The S is for spirituality that transcends religion and connects you to the God of your own understanding. The N, well, it's for nurturing of ourselves and others, mind, body, and spirit. Well, the A is for action because we take action on our callings and walk in our divine purpose every single day. Finally, the P, well, that's for the proof. Proof that our spiritual practices manifest fruit in our lives through the building and maintaining of healthy and prosperous families, relationships, careers, and dreams. We are grateful that you are all here as unique manifestations of our Creator, the loving, living spirit of our commonality, the divine source of all creation, perceived by many names, and yet known by only one energy. So I invite you to join us in affirmation with our statement of infinitude, and the words will be on the screen. Say it along with us. We love to speak our statement of infinitude. We agree that we are beings of pure, eternal spirit, birthed from the creative potential of the universe, with all the powers of the Creator inherent within us. We embrace the innate goodness of humankind and an abundant creation that provides for us through the seeds that we plant in our everyday lives. We acknowledge that who we are is housed in a temporary biological organism, and as such, it is our responsibility to take care of it because it will only last for a precious window of time. As we nurture ourselves spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically, we commit to provide like acts of nurturing for our fellow brothers and sisters of the world we live in, embracing all, regardless of religious faith, skin color, ethnicity, gender, sexual orientation, or socioeconomic background. All are truly welcome at Infinity. We agree and accept that various religions exist as a unique opportunity for humanity to get to know one another through meaningful conversations that seek to explore the core concepts we share in common. It is the application of ancient wisdom, scientific discovery, and spiritual practices, both physical and metaphysical, that will lead us closer together as a human family. We commit to exist now and ever as a beloved community. Let it be so, according to the many ancient words of affirmation. Let's say them together. Amen. Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. And so it is. Oh, I'm so grateful to have you with us today, y'all. We have got such a great day planned here at Infinity Fellowship. Got a great message to deliver to you in just a few moments. But before we do that, I want to recognize our first-time visitors. So if you're a first-timer at the Infinity Fellowship, I'm going to ask you to simply say, first time. This is my first time here. So how about that? If you say this is my first time, we're going to recognize you in a powerful way. We're going to hit some hearts on you. We're going to get some muscle arms. We're going to do all of that. And in order to share that energy in the space, we are going to send you to our QR code, which is actually on the screen. That QR code, if you click on it, if you hold up your phone to the screen, for those of you who are watching us in the space today, we want to make sure that you get a chance, even if you have to hit the replay, to scan that code to fill out our visitor's welcome form. We're so excited to have you with us today. Infinity is a very loving space. You heard the statement of infinitude. That's really what we're about. And this QR code gives us an opportunity to get to know you a little better And especially this Sunday, because next Sunday we will be in person right here at 641 West Nocturne Drive. And we'd love to send you a card or send you an email right before that so we can welcome you into the core of consciousness. We call it the apex of authenticity. So this is how we welcome our first time visitors today. And I am so excited that you have decided to stop by Infinity Fellowship. It is not an accident. Listen, we like to let you know that we know exactly who you are. We know who, what, where, when, and why you are. We get to see the real you. And what's important about seeing the real you is that we get an opportunity to let you know a secret that many people may not know about you. What is that secret, you ask? Well, it's that you are not a human being who showed up to have a spiritual experience. You thought you were. The reality is it's the other way around. You are a spirit who is navigating the human experience, just like the rest of us. And so, we want to let you know that we send our energy towards you, who, what, where, when, and why. And we celebrate that by generating gratitude in the space today. But I want you to know that as we hold our hands up, if you're at Infinity and you come, you actually get this welcome every time you come here. So we want to make sure that you get this welcome today. Take a deep breath with me. Exhale, let it go. And if you're a first-time visitor and you typed it in the box, I want you to enjoy that love that is coming in for you. I want you to hear these words and imagine that people all over the world are repeating these words with me because that's the way we do it at Infinity. Ready? I see you, but you don't hear me though. I really see the real you. I see who you are. You are a divine manifestation of God's creation. I see what you are. You're a spirit. You're more than what's on the outside. You are a gift to me and to the entire world. I see where you are. You're right here in front of me where I can let you know, if nobody else will, that you are not alone. I am with you. We are with you around the globe, and you are at home. I see when you are. You're in the right now, baby. You're so much more than you were yesterday. I see why you are. You're here to learn, to grow, to embrace your dreams, to celebrate your divine destiny. And I know all this because I'm here to do the same thing. So listen, we're going to help each other out, okay? All right? I know the real you, and I see you shining today. So welcome to Infinity. Welcome home. This is when we give our hands and our spirit fingers, and this is when we drop good energy into the chat, and this is when we dance around at Infinity. This is when we do all of that. We want to send some energy into the space now by simply saying good morning to you. Good morning to all of you all. Help me generate some gratitude today. I'll tell you what we're going to do. Visitors, first timers, everybody, we're going to generate a little bit of gratitude in the chat. And here's how we're going to do it. We're going to say, my name is, and I am grateful for. Y'all know how we do it. I dare you. Type it in the chat box. My name is, if you're going to tell us where you're beaming in from or watching Infinity from, by all means, do that. And we're going to get you covered. But tell me one thing that you're grateful for. Let's start a gratitude chain, okay? Y'all hear that music in the background? Y'all know how we sing it at Infinity. So why don't y'all help me out? Come on, I'm going to come back so we can sing this together. Come on. It says, a good morning to you. A good morning to you. A good morning to you. Good morning to you. And we say, a da 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 da, a da 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 da. My music ran out, but I'm okay because I don't need no music to be grateful. Do you? Generate some gratitude in the chat. What are you grateful for? If somebody shares something that makes them grateful, that makes them feel good, that puts them in a space of welcoming, whatever it may be, I want you to drop that in the chat today. and let's see what that gratitude looks like. You know how it's real tough to be hardcore, to be negative. It's real tough to hold on to something that is causing you pain. It's real tough to do all of that when you're operating in a space of gratitude. That's one thing that I have learned, to always be grateful and to always put yourself in a space where you're going to be grateful. So those of you who have practiced that with us, continue to do that, and we're going to continue to rock it out. Good morning to you. There's that music. It came back. Good morning to you. Come on. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Yeah, we can do that. How about that? We found a way to make it work anyway. With technology these days, you never know, but we're excited about welcoming you into the Infinity Fellowship. Listen, before we get to the message, before we get to the power that is about to be infused and shared by all of us, we want to pause because it is time for our offering at Infinity. This is the time where we get a chance to give back and to pour back into the space that provides us so much spiritual food. So listen, we love you. You're a partner with what we do here. We know that spirituality is about taking action and doing good things and putting that into the word. So it's time for us to carry the energy that we've had during this fellowship today into the sacred moment of action. Excuse me there. Where we affirm the powerful frequency of giving in this space. Of course, you may give via Cash App, you can give via PayPal, you can give via mail if you'd like. We're going to have a slide that I put up in a minute for you. I want to remind you in this moment what giving is, what giving is not. Giving is not a payment for services. So you're not paying for counseling today. You're not paying for a boost to your spirit. It is not transactional. You don't give because you think you're going to get something. Guess what I learned in my giving? I already got something. I've got breath. I've got my divine purpose. I've got life. I've got family. I've got health. I've got a journey towards something great that is in my spirit. Do you have the same? I know you do, even in those times where you feel like you don't. So guess what? This is the time that we get to give back to a space where we absorb so much spiritual food. This is how we continue to provide a home for those who are spiritual, who may not be necessarily religious, but need a space to have community. So we used to say in the church, you can't beat God's giving, no matter how you try. So that's why we say, everything is good when we give. Everything is good. Say that with me. Everything is good. Somebody type that in the chat box. Let me see you. Everything is good. I got it. I got it. I got it good. Let's give with intention. We don't ever just put money out into the universe. So whatever you're giving, if you're tithing and practicing that spiritual principle where you give 10% of what comes into your life back to the space that provides your spiritual food, or whether you're giving an offering today where your spirit is moved to give on top of the tithe, in addition to the tithe, or instead of the tithe. That's not for me to judge. Whatever it is, find that space of good. Take a deep breath with me, and let's say together our offertory affirmation. O limitless, abundant Creator, source of everything I possess, you have given me the gifts of life, breath, and creativity. You continue to provide for me without judgment or preference, and so I freely return these gifts to you with my whole heart, mind, and intention, knowing that as I give freely, with both remembrance and gratitude, the circle of abundance will be unbroken. And so it is. Y'all say it with me. Everything is good. Y'all ready for this? Come on, let's go. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it, oh, I've got it good. It's a simple song. How you like that? Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Change the key now. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Come on. Crank it up. Crank it up. Crank it up. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I need the voices here with me. Come on. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. Everything is good. And I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. I've got it good. I've got it. I've got it. Oh, I've got it good. Thank you to Reggie Wooten, the legend, for providing us with that musical track that gives us an opportunity to share when we have a situation like this where we're just kind of doing a one-on-one broadcast. We still have an opportunity to share the songs of infinity. More on that later. Listen, I've got a couple of announcements that I want to give to you before we give this message that is coming out of spirit for you. Good to see y'all in the chat today. Good to see y'all say good morning and to generate something that you're grateful for. There's nothing like community, y'all. There's nothing like community. And I've had some travels over this past week that have put me in a space where I recognize there's no place like home. And I hope that you recognize, and I speak that you recognize this as well for you in your life. What a time to be around. Listen, I want to send you a reminder that 2024 is the year of divine reciprocity. One definition of reciprocity is equal exchange or interchange. We know that the law of attraction teaches us that what we put into the universe is attracted to us. So we're excited to empower you to empower yourself continually by speaking aloud our daily mantra for the year. Ready to say it? It's at the bottom left there. I am that I am. I give, I get. I've got it good. That is what is beautiful. Listen, next week, so excited because I love it when we're in person, and so does everybody who gets to come. We are gathering in person next Sunday. It's first Sunday. We're kicking off the month of July. And so we're looking forward to seeing you. We got the Youth Power Zone that's going to be open downstairs in the classrooms there. It's going to be a ton of fun. So bring your kids, bring your energy. We got great coffee and great teas and great water. We got everything for you here to have a great fellowship experience. The Voices of Infinity will be there with live music. And as always, on second, third, and fourth Sundays, we are virtual still. If you are in Infinity, if you've joined Infinity, I want to send a shout out to an initiative, a program, an opportunity, a support group that is 1 year old, a little over a year now. Our bright and shining young superstars at Infinity, Tyrell and Tashana Lindsley, host every Wednesday night, Love and Light. That's in our band app. So you get access to that band app once you join Infinity Fellowship, and it lets you open your mind in a powerful way And listen, I want to send a shout out to the Linsleys. They came to town for Vacation Spirit School, and Vacation Spirit School was off the chain this year. It was our first ever Vacation Spirit School. We combined the tenets of world religions so that we could teach our young people from the community and from the larger region, because we had people here from Georgia, Atlanta, from Macon. We had people who were beaming in through the band app. So Vacation Spirit School was a success, and I want to send a shout out to everyone who contributed, to our Chief Operating Officer, Lady Kanitha Carr, of course, to our Superintendent, Sister Deanna, to everybody that volunteered. We're going to recognize you next Sunday in person, because y'all know if Rev Jeff gets to going and forgets a name, I'm going to be mad at myself, and I'm going to have to go through a meditation for forgiveness. So let me just say that the fingers of infinity came together to form a powerful hand, and we put something awesome into the universe. So those are the announcements that I want you to keep in mind. It's time for our message. The message won't be long, but it will be strong. And I always say that, but you never know, because Spirit gets a hold of you. And I'm in my office today. I don't know what is going to come through this download, but I do know it's going to be something special. So I want you to take a deep, profound breath with me. Let it go. Good. And let me give you today's meditation so we can put our mind towards spiritual practice. It comes from the awesome writer, Brother Malcolm Gladwell, and he reminds us that practice isn't the thing you do once you're good. It's the thing you do that makes you good. One more time on that for the people in the back. Practice isn't the thing you do once you're good. It's the thing you do that makes you good. Deep breath and an exhale. Today we're going to be talking about rehabilitation. Rehabilitation and making your amends. You say, well, Rev, we got to make amends. What do I have to make amends for? What did I do that makes it so that I have to make amends? Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody has to make amends for something. Every single day we go through a cycle where we have to forgive ourselves. If you don't believe that we have to forgive ourselves, all you had to do was look at the day after this recent presidential debate. Right? And you saw certain candidates, I won't go into names, but you see them going out on the campaign trail and going out and trying to do what is called damage control. My, damage control. Why damage control? Because that, if you call it a debate, some people call it a debacle, whatever it may have been, it did not instill confidence in the American people. It did not send waves of confidence across the globe as it pertained to the state of American politics. It was a little bit difficult. Some people said it was hard to watch. Some people said it was sickening to watch. Some people said it was painful to watch. But we all agree that somebody got to make some amends. And each one of us has a responsibility in this political system to go out and vote. I won't tell you who to vote for, how to vote. I will say, though, that we are in a space now where the world needs good people to step up and to step in. My. Somebody say step up and step in the chat. Step up and step in. So we also start stepping up and stepping in by making our very own amends. Well, what do we need to make amends for? Well, we need to make amends so that we can begin the healing journey of rehabilitation. And when we think about rehabilitation, a lot of times we only think about that in the recovery community, but I'm here to tell you that each and every one of us is constantly in the space of recovering for something or from something. I'm just going to let that sit on you for a minute. Each and every one of us is in recovery and needing rehabilitation from something. If it is not drugs, if it is not substances, if it is not sugar, if it is not sex, if it is not self-deprecation, if it is not negativity, it's something that falls in that category or something that only you know. And so the process of healing, this month is joyful healing. Yes, this process of healing is about moving through those stages that we covered every single Sunday. For those of you who are brand new and you're saying, there's something in this message that is feeding my soul, my spirit. Oh, wait till you see the process. Go back and hit the replay and you'll see that first Sunday we discussed examination. When you want healing, you go to get examined. And then the next Sunday, you go through the diagnosis. And from the diagnosis, you go to the treatment. And from the treatment, you get the prognosis that everything is good. But now we got 5 Sundays, so this 5th Sunday is about rehabilitation. That means that even after you've gone through examining yourself spiritually, and you realize that something is out of alignment, nothing's wrong with you. Because I'm not one of these preachers who is going to get up here and hoop and holler and talk about how terrible you are and how filthy you are. It's impossible. You're made in the image and likeness of the divine, and everything in this universe is working towards your good. So guess what? No, you just may be out of alignment. But you know something's out of alignment. That's why you get an examination. And when you get that, you get the diagnosis. Here is what is out of alignment. Not here is what is wrong. Here's what is out of alignment. When you know something is wrong, don't be afraid to get the examination, to do the self-check. And then once you realize what the alignment is, the misalignment is, don't be afraid to then give yourself a treatment. The religious science people, church says that their prayers are called treatments. Here we're called perms. In other places that are New Thought or Science of Mind, they say these are affirmative prayers. We know that they are treatments because they remind us to program ourselves toward the good. Somebody in the chat say, I'm programmed for the good. Somebody say, I'm programming the good. Active. Past tense, I'm programmed for the good. Present tense, I'm programming. We're going to do about what we will. We speak in proclamation in the right now. Programmed for the good. Then there's the treatment. The treatment is sometimes nasty. Y'all ever used to get, like my mama and daddy used to give us once a year? They used to line us up twice a year, spring and the winter. They used to line us up and give us a great big old spoon of castor oil. And if it wasn't castor oil, it was cod liver oil. Oop, sorry. Didn't mean it. Cod liver oil. That was some nasty stuff. And they would line us up. They would line up my brother, my sister, and me, all 3 of us in a circle. Give us this great big old tablespoon of this nasty, nasty tasting liquid. I think about it now. And then for the next couple of days, it did exactly what they said it was going to do. It cleared us out. Cleaned out everything. Now, all I can do is look back and say, did it taste nasty? Yes. Did it clear us out? Yes. Do I have a ton of allergies? No. Did we grow up relatively healthy? Yes. Have I had any major accidents where I've harmed myself in any major way? No. But guess what? That's because my dad always said an ounce of prevention is better than a pound of cure. So how does this work spiritually? It means that sometimes when you take a treatment, it's going to taste bitter. And it's going to clean you out. But it's going to also immunize you. It's going to vaccinate you against the vicissitudes, those negative things of life. Somebody say, I'm vaccinated. I'm immunized. And the immunization in a spiritual treatment is about proclaiming gratitude and operating with an attitude of gratitude from a foundational baseline that everything is working in your favor. If you operate from a foundational baseline in your personal vortex, as Abraham Hicks would teach, if you're operating from a premise that things are against you, that everything is stacked against you, that everything in the world is going to hell instead of going to change, then your baseline is always going to send you right back to ground -0, -1, -2. But if you operate from a baseline that everything is good, then you begin to spring back a little bit faster. You just say, I'm in the treatment stage. And that's when you get to the understanding of the prognosis, and that is that everything is working for you, that all is well. Take a deep breath. Exhale and let it go. Listen, you're now at the rehabilitation phase. The rehabilitation is about establishing new patterns because the noun rehabilitation grows out of the Latin prefix meaning again, re, to do again, or back, repeat, redo. That's the prefix, and habitare, which means to make fit. So I want to make fit again when something falls into a space of brokenness. And it needs to be restored to a better condition. That's rehabilitation. Who needs to be restored to a better condition? My. I'm talking to myself in my office, and I'm all right with it. Who needs to be restored to a better position? Who needs to be restored? And I say restored because guess what? You came from an infinite space of good when you were born into this world through your mother's womb. At some point, restoration is about remembering that you are a spirit navigating this human experience. And when you do that, you work toward restoration from the brokenness. That's what rehabilitation is. So what I need you to do in this place, in this space today, is to recognize that I am making amends. How am I making amends? Well, guess what? You got to reset your day from this point forward. Some of you showed up already broken, and I'm okay with that. Some of you showed up feeling as if you're pieced back together, and you're doing self-examination right now, and you're saying, part of my rehabilitation is showing up to infinity on Sunday. Part of my rehabilitation is contributing to a community that is growing myself and other people. Part of my rehabilitation is rededicating myself to my family. Part of my rehabilitation is rededicating myself to the spiritual practices that hold me down. I know the day is busy. But meditation is medication in a spiritual sense. Don't short yourself on the front end and then wonder why you have a bad attitude for the rest of the day and things continue to spiral. This is the moment where you hit the reset button. Somebody in the chat say reset, reset, reset. Doesn't matter what happened up to this moment. That's the gift that you have. My father used to always teach me, son, the speed of light is over 180,000 miles per second. The speed of sound is over 300 meters per second. There is only one thing faster than the speed of light and the speed of sound combined, and that's a change of mind. It happens so fast that it cannot be measured. Change your mind right now. Open your heart right now. Forgive yourself for what you could not fix right now. Parents, some of you struggling with brokenness in the relationship with your children, you've raised them to a certain point and now they're going on their own. Guess what? That's what children do. That's what you did. That's what I did. That's what we do. But you give them what you can. You pour the good into them and you commit to be there for them. And then you commit to allow them to be who they're born to be and stop holding on to a space of guilt, beating yourself up over things that you cannot change anymore. You can choose to love now. You can choose to pour in now. You can also choose to recognize when you've done all that you can. Because we often pour so much into others that we do not pour back into ourselves, fertilizing our minds, fortifying our spirits, and it's okay to do that. I'm here to tell you. So the first thing I want you to do is reset right now. Inhale. Exhale. Make amends with yourself. Forgive yourself for acting with the information that you had at the time, even if it was yesterday. And then make amends. If you popped off on somebody, if you got off, go back to that source and make amends. That's the first thing, reset. The second thing I'm going to give you to do is to answer this question. What happens when something is no longer working for me? Because I get that a lot. I get that from people. They say, well, Rev, what do I do when something is no longer working for me? But I really just want to hold on to it because it's been good to me in the past. It's worked for me in the past, and it's been with me a long time. I want you to take in mind the metaphor and the image of a tire. Let's just say you have a tire on your vehicle, and that tire was with you, that rim was with you from the time you bought the vehicle, and it's been good to you. It's been on the journey. But what happens when you get a flat? Or when the threads go so bare that you can't even put the penny in them to test if they're deep enough? You know you're on a Maypop. You know, they have Michelin tires, they have Bridgestone tires, and they had what we used to have in high school, which was Maypop tires. Maypop tires are tires that may pop at any time. Some of y'all have had some Maypops. I've had plenty of Maypops in my life. But you're riding around on some Maypops, and eventually the Maypops become wheel pops, and then they do pops, and then you're stuck. But guess what happens if you decide to keep riding on that rim just because you love that tire? You're causing more problems. Now the rim's going to get bent, which means it's no good for any other tire. You keep driving it, the axle's going to be broken. You're going to see those sparks flying out. Then you got the front end entirely messed up, and now you either got to junk the car or replace the entire front end, only because you weren't willing to pull over and change the tire. Somebody in the chat say change the tire. If it's not working for you, change the tire. If it's not taking you in the direction that you want to go, change the tire. If you've got a practice that is you're holding on to that is not producing fruit in your life, you got to change the tire. Why? Because you have been gifted the ability to change the tire. I know that tire is cute. I know that tire got a bad body. I know that tire makes you feel good in special ways. Love me in a special way. I know that tire has some good game. I know that tire has some good money. I know that tire has some wit and sarcasm that just makes you feel good from your head all the way down to your toe. I know that tire got nice teeth. I know that tire got long hair. I know that tire got a cute hairstyle and a good haircut. I know that tire puts a lot of in your account every week. I know that tire. Fill in the blank. Y'all know I ain't talking about a tire, but you still need to change it. Somebody say change that tire. Because eventually, if you don't, you're going to cause more problems. Have you been there? Make amends with yourself. And when you change the tire and you find that you're having a smooth ride now because you're no longer putting yourself in jeopardy and danger, and the people who are on this journey with you in jeopardy and danger because you're not willing to change the tire, when you find that you do change the tire and you have a smooth ride, you should exhale in proclamation of gratitude instead of beating yourself up about how long you kept that old tire. Make amends with yourself. That's rehabilitation. Habitaire, also habit. Habit, something that you do that is consistent. Consistently do the new practices. Consistently after you change the tire. What happens when you change the tire? We always say, well, I'm going to get them rotated. I'm going to do my maintenance this time. And many of us don't do the maintenance, and we end up in the same situation. Do the maintenance. The final thing I want you to do is to continue to pour your energy today into realignment toward manifestation. It's really simple. I'm going to teach this in the future where we've taught it in the past, but I want you to pour your energy into realignment toward gratitude, and attitude is going to manifest for you in a powerful way. So listen, close your eyes and take a deep breath with me. We're doing our treatment all along through the message today. And when we speak to the divine, when we speak to divine source, when we center ourselves, we calm ourselves in a still position, and we open with gratitude. List the things that you are grateful for. If you ain't got nothing else to say, just begin to list the things that you are grateful for when you begin to speak spirit. When you begin to list the things that you are grateful for, then you move to a space of proclamation. Proclaim the things that you want as if they have already happened. It's the basis of affirmation, Law of Attraction 101. Gratitude, proclamation, celebration. Then begin to celebrate as if you have received those things. Turn back around to gratitude. Close it out with the remembrance that those things you have spoken are the actions that you need to take to make amends. And I know there's at least one person out there saying, well, listen, if I'm going to talk to God, first thing I'm going to do is let God know everything that I'm going through, because I can take everything to God in prayer. I understand. Listen, I've been there. And I found that once you get into the cycle of the prayer of lamentation, you get further away from the prayer of manifestation. Lord, 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 y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind up in here. When you embrace lamentation, manifestation runs from you. Because you're creating a cycle, a vortex of the bad. You're listing all of the bad. You ever listed all the bad stuff that happened to you? And you start noticing everywhere all of the bad things, and they just cascade and you feel a little bit better. What happens if you start listing all of the good things? It negates it. I know you're struggling with it. Somebody in the chat say manifestation, not lamentation. Somebody say I'm a manifester. See, when you confidently do this, you begin to feel that energy. This is how you stop the negative vibration. When you are praying, when you are speaking to that inner voice in you, you are proclaiming the good. And when you start, as we started with this service, speaking in gratitude, it starts a gratitude chain, and before long you start noticing it. Man, I'm so grateful. I almost backed into this plant. I'm so grateful I got this plant in my office, because when I breathe out carbon dioxide, this little baby right here sends me back oxygen. I wouldn't be here without your plant. Oh my God, thank you. I love you. Oh, you're so good. Oh, this light that's shining on the plant. I'm so glad I got lights in here. Oh, I'm so glad that I've got a little bit of a studio space in here that is giving me life. I'm so glad that I've got a program that allows me to talk to people around the world. I'm so glad that my camera's working today. I'm so grateful for Sister Tiffany Smith for providing me with her brother's Galabia that I get to wear today in honor of her and him and his family and the legacy that he's got that's going to stay alive by the good that we continue to put in the world. I'm so grateful for some glasses that help me make things seem a little bit clear. And I'm so grateful that I don't always need them, but I like to have them just to put a little bit of clarity in my life and my vision sightline. I'm just so grateful for every single thing. I'm grateful for the person who recognized that they could rub sand together and even make the glass that makes the eyeglasses and the windows and the computer screens. I'm so grateful. I can catch the spirit at any time, and I hope you all catch the spirit too, because when you get into a space of gratitude, fear has no place. When you get into a space of gratitude, doubt has no space and no power. When you get into a space of gratitude, negativity has no space and has no power, because scientifically two objects cannot occupy the same space at the same time. I said it was a fireside chat today, but the fire, it's the fire within chat. Because, oh my God, when I think about all that I have been through, and I'm not putting myself at the center, I'm not saying that in the ego space, that I am greater and better and higher and more elevated than anyone. But I say in this space of personal reflection that when I think about all that could have killed me, that should have killed me, that should have broken me, that should have sent me by the wayside, that people are still locked up in jail for because they gave up. And when I think about all of these things, all of these relationships that I had to come to reach a space of gratitude and to recognize that I'm still here, that I'm still in it, I say in my spirit, baby, I am in it to win it. And when I say I mean you, and I mean we, and I mean us. So what a wonderful day it is for you to make amends. Rehabilitation time. Somebody say, give it that to in the chat, y'all, because I'm not in front of folks right now. This is just you and us. Rehabilitation time. It's rehabilitation time. Will you make the change that's necessary? Will you stop fighting? Will you stop fighting the good? How do I know somebody's fighting the good? Oh, it's simple. Because when I say something good, you hear something come in your mind that says, but, realistically speaking, I want to be realistic because when I'm being realistic, I see that the circumstances are, let's get that voice out of your head. That's what's holding you back. Aren't you tired of hearing it? Change the tire. Aren't you tired of going back to the cyclical behavior of feeling behind all the time? Of feeling as if you can't get your breath, as feeling as if you're responding to circumstances, and when you do that, you're running in 50 million directions. Find your center in the space of gratitude. Find your center in the space of doing new habits, of going back to new habits, of going back to discover that which is broken can be put back together again by simply shifting your consciousness right now. Take a deep breath. Exhale, let it go. We love it. We're going to speak in this place right now that you will trust your spirit, that you will trust the spirit of the God of your acceptance and understanding to guide you, to lead you, to protect you, and to walk with you this day, this week, this month, this year of divine reciprocity, because what you put in comes back to you tenfold, 100-fold, 1,000-fold. Put the good out today, y'all. So it is spoken, so it is received, and so it is. Take a deep breath here in the space with me. As we get ready to close our service, we do not want to close it without, of course, putting something awesome into the world, and that is how we think about this space going forward. Sway a little bit. We are grateful that we are making amends, that we are forgiving ourselves, we are forgiving those around us, and that we are operating in light, and we are operating in power, and we are operating in love. And I speak that the words that we've shared today have reminded people of this cosmic relationship between us and the universe, of this wonderful dance of goodness, of renewal, of restoration. Oh, that re word, that back again, that constant cycle of infinite love. We're so grateful to sit in it now. We're grateful to practice it now. And we're grateful that something was shared today in this inner fireside chat that keeps us reminded that all is working for our good. And so we speak together these affirmations. Inhale and exhale. Repeat after me. I am whole and healed. I embrace making amends. We practice love today. We practice gratitude today. We practice remembrance today. We practice forgiveness today. We practice consistency today. We embrace joyfulness today. And so it is. And so, Spirit, I speak that we continue to activate in this space of love. That activists are in the street activating, that creatives are creating, that dreamers are dreaming, that healers are healing, that researchers are researching, that teachers are teaching, that students are learning, that guides are guiding. We proclaim it as such with all of the confidence that comes from being made in the image and likeness of you. We are at peace together. And this practice is what makes us good. And so it is. Amen Amen. Hotep. Shalom. Namaste. Ashe. Man. Listen. What a wonderful day. Listen, I am so glad that you joined me today. I'm so glad that you came and stopped by for this fireside chat. Listen, what are you feeling today? We're getting ready to end service and close it out. And we're going to speak that all of the good that you have in your mind, all of the good that you have in your heart, all of the fullness that you have from joining us at Infinity Fellowship, that all of it is going to continue to stay with you in this wonderful space. And as we do this, as we proclaim this, I say thank you for those of you who stopped by to see us today. And I'm going to offer you a challenge. When I speak the benediction and it is said and done, I want you to tag somebody in the chat. Tag a stranger or somebody random. Hit the @ sign and call their name as you see them. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, X, wherever it is, tag somebody and say something awesome to them. Speak a blessing into their life. Say, may you find wealth this week. May you find love this week. May you something, just find it and do something nice. Speak some gratitude. Drop a gratitude bomb on somebody in that chat box. And let's continue with the love. This has been Rev Jeff Obafemi Carr with the Infinity Fellowship. And as all hearts and minds are clear and we rock out into this world, we speak that the love of God, the wisdom of the ancestors, and the infinite and abundant power of the universe rest, rule, and abide with you henceforth, now, and forevermore. Let us all say together, Amen, Amen, Hotep, Shalom, Namaste, Ashe. We'll see you this time next week in person or online. Thank you, Infinite Streamers. I love you. Looking forward to seeing the tags that you put on everybody at the end of the service. This is Reverend Jeff Obafemi Carr. I love you guys. That's a fact. You cannot change. Peace, blessings, and power.